Welcome to a very special episode, aka the first episode of Jeff Review Stuff. And today we are reviewing Meghan Trainor's All About That Bass. Now, I think this is probably one of the worst songs that has ever been released on radio, and pretty much because of everything about it. First of all, we can talk about the lyrics, All About That Bass, which is some sort of crappy metaphor for having a big butt, I guess. But it doesn't hold up really, according to the lyrics. She's all about that bass, no treble. Now, I can see a bass being a big instrument, so it's about a big butt. But what is a treble? So, based on that, she must be referring to the lower end of the sound spectrum, meaning bass. And that's where I don't really understand what's going on, because the song has very little bass in it. And the bass that it does have is just terrible, terrible, generic bass line. There is just nothing about the bass line that makes any sort of sense. It's the most generic, stupid, just actually annoying sounding bass line I've heard in a long time, and it's just so repetitious. The song is all about that bass, but there's no bass solo. There's no good bass line really at all. It's just terrible. And basically all the auxiliary sounding things, which is just her in the background, that's another thing that I just do not like when people try to, because her voice is kind of unique, it stands out, and that they really wanted to use her as her own backup vocals rather than just hiring somebody to do backup vocals. And all of the stuff she adds in is like soprano, maybe alto, higher end, treble range, and yet the lyrics are, it's all about that bass. Makes no sense. Sticking with the whole bass being a big butt metaphor, this girl that's singing this song is normal sized or average sized. She's not a big girl. Okay, she's not a twig like Taylor Swift, but she's not a big girl, and yet for some reason she's been chosen by the producers to be the representative of big girls and having big booties. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not the right person for this song, even assuming that the song holds up. Melodically speaking, the song is just so generic and almost borderline copyright infringement. Everything that's in this song has been done a million times, and there's just nothing original. And, you know, there's only 12 notes available to you when you write music, and there's obviously going to be some overlap between songs, especially pop music. Certain things sound a certain way that you want to be on the radio. But this song is so generic in every sense. The bass line, the melody, the guitar riff that's in there. It's just in the 50s doo-wop sound. It's just, everything is just copied, and nothing, not even one little piece is remotely original. And, you know, like I'm saying, sure, there's going to be some stuff that's going to be repeated between songs, but you got to try to have something that's a little bit original in a music. The message in the song is actually pretty bad. You know, a lot of people say that the song is about being free and being yourself and being comfortable with not being photoshopped, and it's okay to be big or bigger girl. But really, what are the lyrics saying? I've got them right in front of me. It says stuff like, yeah, my mama, she told me, don't worry about your size. She says, boys like a little more booty to hold at night. So the song is saying it's okay to be bigger because guys will like that. And it's all about pleasing the guys. It's not about being comfortable with yourself. It's because, oh, well, this is something that guys like, so you should look this certain way. It's not about, I'm comfortable with who I am. It doesn't matter if people like me for the way I look. It's really kind of a bad message to be sending to girls. The chord progression in this song is very generic, but that's fine. I don't mind basic generic things as long as there's some sort of variation. The whole song, the chorus, the verse, the bridge, if there is one, just uses the same chord progression the entire time. There's no change at all throughout the entire song. It's just so repetitious and so boring and so annoying to just hear the same thing over and over and over with no changes whatsoever the entire time the song is playing. Speaking of repetition, the song is only about 3 minutes long, and the entire final minute is just her saying, I'm all about that bass, no treble. The first 22 seconds are her just saying that. That's a minute and a half of a 3-minute song. That's half of the song of her just saying the same thing over and over and over again on the root of the chord. It's not even melodic. It just is her saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again on the same pitch without changing it at all. It's just, how can you not be super annoyed by that? Okay, let's listen to some of this and do some live commentary. Where do we want to go? Right there.
But I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the boys chase.
We're back to this. All the red junk. She can't even say butt or booty or whatever. A doo-wop. Clearly the producers just liked her voice and just wanted to get more of that. But I don't think it's a good idea to use the same person for backup vocals. Yep, this is just a generic stolen melody. I'm sure someone could actually sue her for this. It's so uninspired. I think if you're harmonizing with yourself, it sounds good to have the same person. But when it's backup vocals that is distinctly different, it's not that good.
Because you know I'm all about that bass.
Root note,
No trouble.
Move up a step. Root note.
No trouble.
Do the fifth. Root note.
No trouble.
It's just if you're going to use the same exact line over and over and over again throughout the entire chord progression, you should at least make a melody out of it instead of just singing the root.
But I'm here to tell you, every interview is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me.
So I'm happy with this part in that they've added saxophone, they've added piano. There's some actual instrumentation going on now. I know a lot of pop music is leaning towards getting horn sections back, like it used to be with Chicago and all those bands. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to compete with such a narrow palette. So I do appreciate that.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Nope. Because now it's just 1 minute of her saying it's all about that bass, even though she's clearly demonstrated throughout the song that it is not all about that bass. It's all about the treble, actually, based on the way she's singing. So overall, this is just a terrible song. Don't listen to it. And hopefully you can use some of these ideas and to talk to your friends and create some discussion about it. And we'll see what's up next for review.